Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Titan Season 1, Episode 5 Together. Now, this was the big episode that finally brought the team together, the Titans. Something people have been waiting for since the show first started because they were all scattered everywhere. And we assumed at that point in time this was the first incarnation of the Titans team. Boy, were we surprised when season 2 came up and it's like, oh, no, wait. There's already been a Titans team with Dick in it. And there's no explanation to that in season 1. So that made totally no sense. So in this season, the nuclear family is still looking for Rachel. They have a new father now who's been brainwashed into acting just like them and everything. And so they're hot on their trail. They went to the car dealership dude where Dick traded in his car for like a Volkswagen type car and a station wagon. And so like they're heading, they don't know where they're going, but they're just driving. Like they really have no destination. But they stop at like a motel because they have to like rest. And while they're there at the motel, the hotel manager woman, she starts to flirt with Dick. She's interested in him, talking about like, oh, you ever want to watch a movie or something like that? Just stop by my room or something like that and stuff. And, you know, she talks about her ex-husband left her the hotel or motel or whatever and stuff like that. You have no idea how often this happens, especially in motels. One time I was in a motel for my friend's graduation. And like, I will never forget, like, I remember the woman who worked there, she's all like, oh, you ever bored at night, just come by and see me in the office and everything, because I'll be up all night. I never went. Ain't no way I'm jumping down that rabbit hole. But then when I left the next morning, my God, you won't believe what I saw. I saw a prostitute come out the room with two men running out the room. And she's just looking at me waving. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. Like, what happens in motels are scandalous and everything. And so, like, and you think those are scandalous, just think about the rich hotels that are like hundreds of thousands of dollars and stuff. You know some shady crap goes on with them rich people and stuff. So anyways, they're at the motel and they're trying to get their bearings. And so Dick is all like, you know, we're going to be a team and everything. We gotta learn each other's powers and what we can do. Why he wants to form a team, at that point in time, we have no idea. Only because what the show is called, you know. So they test out their powers in an abandoned like building type place. And so Gar lets them know that, hey, you know, I turned into like a tiger and everything. And so, but you have to turn your heads because I have to be naked in order to turn into one. And so he turns into one and scares everybody, even Dick. And then he turns back into his human form and he forgets that he's naked. And everybody can see it. Now, I will say, Gar in this episode acted a little bit more sillier than what he does normally in any other episode. They were trying to like piggyback off of what we saw in the Teen Titans cartoon series, but it doesn't last long. And so next is Starfire, or Corey and stuff. And she shoots out her like fire blast, and she tells Dick that she thinks her powers are controlled by the sunlight and that they don't work that well at night. Now, how would she know when she has amnesia? We don't know. So she must have been testing her powers out off screen. So that's just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like they should have shown us before she told us and everything. Because it didn't make no sense for her having amnesia. So she says that she's good with her powers. So he tells her, hit the tractor. She shoots, she misses, and she hits the wall instead. So she says, oh, I need some more practice and everything. Well, duh. Next is Rachel, who doesn't want to use her powers. And so, but they make her do it anyway. So she does it and all this swirly stuff comes up, but she's kind of losing control. And so, but she's able to make it come back in her body and stuff. So they ask Dick straight up, okay, what's your powers? And he's all like, my power is keeping y'all alive. They have no idea he is Robin. And I completely forgot he hasn't even mentioned it to them. And so like So like he is still like they're at the hotel and they're kind of like still trying to figure out the nuclear family, why they're after them and all this other stuff. It's pretty much just that back and forth in the entire episode. So Rachel and Gar, they talk, they hang out, they bond and everything, and cause comic book says so. But then all of a sudden, Corey and Dick decide they're gonna sleep together. Now, nothing brought on this whatsoever. Since those two have met in the last two episodes, all they ever done was bicker with one another. And they never show no type of attraction to the other person. And so there was no build up whatsoever for them like sleeping with each other. And because they have no chemistry whatsoever because they barely hang out. And when they do, it's always grumpiness. So the only reason, I do mean the only reason why this happened is because of source material, comic books. In the comic books, Corey kisses Dick in order to learn the human language and stuff. And then they have an attraction while they're Teen Titans, and then they end up sleeping together, which I think was the first time he ever did it, I think. I think him and Barbara never did it. And so, like, in all the animated series and everything, those two are always together, either, like, dating, flirting, or, like, hooking up in the animated movies and stuff. And so, like, yeah, this just came out of nowhere and stuff. And that's the only time it ever happened. And so after the clickety clacking and stuff, at some point the nuclear family tracks them down, and they kill the cause see, after at some point Corey went to Dick's room, she left. The hotel motel manager lady comes into his room wanting to clickety clack herself, but he's all like, no thank you. So she leaves, and with a thing of ice, and boom, we see the ice all on the floor, and there's a nuclear family. The husband has like a drill and the wife has like a turkey cutter thing, like the electrical kind. Boy, this fight scene was awesome. It took everybody by surprise. The nuclear family is, like I said, so strong because of the steroids and stuff. And so, like, while they're fighting Corey and Dick, Rachel and Gar are fighting the two kids, and it's a huge battle, and it's an awesome battle. But Dick gets thrown outside the window, and he lands on the car. So the fight gets taken outside, and Corey's powers are not working because of the sunlight. Gar has not turned into no tiger yet, and Rachel has not used her powers. Then all of a sudden, it's about freaking time, because we have not seen this dude in a while. We see a gas bomb hit the ground. In comes Robin. Bam. Bam. I love that theme music, boy. So he comes in with his staff and he's whooping on them. And Rachel's all like, Dick? And Garth's like, he's Robin, no way. And it's kind of like, of course she's able, it's kind of like the mask didn't hide much of his identity. So Rachel was able to figure out very easily. But it's kind of like, this is why he needs to change his hair when he does the Robin thing, like in the cartoon series. If the cartoons can do it, why can't the live action show do it? So they all fight as a team. They finally have now come together, just like in the title. And they're all fighting the nuclear family one by one. Dick, his aggressive self, he throws one of his little Robin things directly in the skull of the nuclear wife. She is unfazed by this. She's not even dead because them steroids are really jacking her up. And so they fight valiantly and everything, and they finally are able to subdue the nuclear family. After that, they tie them all up and they start interrogating them. The adults are interrogating one in one room while the kids are interrogating the other ones in the other. And they're trying to figure out why are they after Rachel and stuff. Dick suspects that has to do with like her father and everything, looking for her, and they say something like that. But they can't say who is looking for them because it's their employer and they will not give his name up. So they're not giving much answers whatsoever. But the kids say, y'all have to come, or Rachel, you have to come with us or we're all going to be in trouble. Rachel doesn't know what that means. Well, we find out what that means. Dick uses their cell phone to find their contact list of the only person who contacted them, and he goes to that organization that wants like Rachel, that creates the nuclear people. And when the head dude is there, he sees Dick coming in. And so he knows the nuclear family has failed. So he takes his detonator, and he blows up the heads of the entire nuclear family. Corey's all like, ah, crap, Dick is gonna blame me for this and stuff. But yeah, he blew their heads straight off, Amanda Waller style and everything. So he goes in and he confronts the man, and the dude's all like, look, man, we only got like a couple of minutes before this place is raided. And he's all like, nobody knows I'm here. But he's like, but I alerted them because when they find out, we was all dead in the way. Everybody in this building is about to die and everything. And so Dick's all like, dude, you're coming with me. In comes the guards. A SWAT team comes in. Dick is like fighting them as best as he can. They're like 6 dudes. He's doing a good job until they get the upper hand on him. Now, note, he went there as Dick Grayson and not Robin, so he would have had more protection if he had his suit. So he's on the ground getting the crap beat out of him, and in comes these 3 little smoke bombs. And we're all like, well, who is this? I had a feeling who it might be because of the title of the next episode. When I saw the title of the next episode, I'm like, no freaking way. How they gonna bring this dude in already? In comes Robin number 2, Jason Todd, and he whoops on all the guards and rescues Dick. And I'm just like, no, like Batman has recruited somebody within a year's time, and because Dick has only left Bruce a year ago, and this Jason Todd is already a teenager, not like a kid. Oh my god. This is like that's how I was like, no way. I finally get to see Jason Todd in live action form. Like, I never thought that would ever happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? But all in all, this was a cool episode and everything. But the other episodes were way better. Alrighty. Well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.